Hey guys, it is TCG Jason. I've been trading TVIX this morning based off SPY, and my first trade of the day was waiting for a break of this support here. And what I did was I almost took a position here, but I saw how quickly that turned around, jumped back up into a double top, and then back down. And I took a position when I saw this was going to close underneath that support. And then what I did was just rode TVIX all the way down to this support. And I sold here because if we go back to our 5-minute trend, we can see that this is at the beginning of an area of some support and resistance from yesterday. And I didn't want to gamble that. So I took my gains. And right now I'm eyeing another bear break of this support. So we've consolidated a little bit. We've tried to get a little bit higher, and we're going back down under this support here. So there's 2 minutes left in the candle. I would suspect that we would see the price come back up. If we go to the 1 minute, we should get a little bit of a bounce back up to test that, but still close underneath it. So we'll keep an eye on that for the next 2 candles. And if we stay under this on the 5, then I'll take another short position and buy some TVIX long. So we've got less than a minute in this candle on the 5. If we go here, we can see a little bit of pushback, a little bit of intra-candle consolidation, I guess. If we close here at 238, that'll signal a little bit of a slowdown. But I'm confident, and I'm going to buy some TVIX and wait for SPY to do its thing. So here we can see that we are not quite bullish, not quite bearish, and we can consider that a little bit of a consolidation. So I'll check back in a little bit. So we have consolidated a little more than I anticipated, and instead of coming back and testing on this candle, we are now doing it on this candle, and we are hovering right around that level here. So what we don't want to do is break above that support like we're doing right now. And so we have 3 minutes left in the candle. It's not a lot of volume yet, but should even out to about that. And we're down $100. So we'll see what happens. Okay, so far so good. We went up, tested that support, now resistance, and we've made a relatively aggressive move back down. So from 150 in the red, I'm now 150 back in the green. And I do prefer being in the green. So we're going to go and try to figure out what our target is. And there's a lot of support around 204 in this area. You can see here and here, 204.09, going back quite a ways. So 204 psychological, 204.9 here and here. So yeah, I'm going to sell 204.9. And then we'll reassess and figure out what we're going to do. So I'll go to my TVIX position, take a look. And we'll check back in a bit. Okay, so by this time I've decided that I am wrong. I'm going to close out my position, TVIX, take my $50, and I'm going to try and figure out what I was wrong about here. So we've come down, we bounced twice off of this level, and bounced back up here. So this is a level that I didn't notice for some reason in my previous analysis. So what I'm going to do in this case is take a trend line. I'm going to place it right there. going to use a horizontal trend line. Going to put it right there. And I'm going to make it a little bit smaller, easier to see. And then let's go back, see what I missed out on. So we've got a little bit here, area resistance there, there, here, here, and here. So had I paid a little bit closer attention, I would have known to expect some resistance at that level, and I would have known that a break of this line would have basically just resulted in me doing a small gain, or a small loss, I should say, into that level before potentially coming back up. So now we're going to have a little bit of a battle between these two levels. And if we go to the 1 minute, we can see that we've been doing just that on the 5. So what we're going to do now, I guess, is wait to see which one of these breaks first. And we know that our 204, 204.9, I believe it was, is over here. And then our 205.10 up there. So SPY's still in this channel, and it is holding along the 204.50-ish support and resist line. And we can see that the moving averages are starting to converge, Bollinger Bands are starting to tighten up, and we're going to potentially get a break of this resistance here. Alright, so now we've closed above that resistance line, and we're smacked right into this MA brown line, which is the MA20. As you can see, I don't really know them offhand. So really, we need to close above that for it to be of any significance. I'll close above that MA20, and I will short TVIX. Okay, so I'm happy with this uptrend. I think it's going to close above. And I'm going to go look at TVIX, and I can see that TVIX is relatively holding its position here. They haven't really bought into the increase in SPY yet. And, oh, there, it just happened. So, a little late on the draw for the video. But I'm going to short it anyway. And we will go back to SPY. And we could see a little bit of consolidation and come back down to test this support, but it might be happening right now. So we will come back to this in a few. Well, my friends, I've made a mistake, and I am paying for it now. So we didn't go anywhere after that break of the moving average. I thought we would go up to this resist. We did not. We pulled back, and we are now just hovering around. So for the day, I'm still up 500, but not happy with that trade. So hopefully I can learn a little bit from it, and I'll come back here if I can see any good trades later in the day. So we just had a big bear candle, and I'm glad that I decided to sell my TVIX long position, because clearly I was not right about that direction, and being uncertain means you should be cash. So now we're going to wait, see if we can figure out what is going on here. So we've got our next support is at 204.9, which you can see we've already bounced off of on that candle. And if the overall direction is going to be bearish, I've drawn what may come to be a downside trend line. Continues, then we're going to grind on 204.9 a little bit, and then our next support is going to be 204. Alright, as expected, we're grinding the 204.9 level, and we're here right now. A break of that is significant, but we also need to remember that the 204 or 203.98 level, more specifically, is pretty critical as well. We see two touches here and over here. So I will be bearish on a break of that. So we bounced off of 2049 around this level here, and we're going back up, probably to test this trend line. So if we extend it down, we can see that we're now coinciding with this previous resistance and the trend line. So zooming in, you can see that we're going to get really close to that. So I will probably go long TVIX at this point, assuming it is rejected at that resist. So this candle is now above the resist with 3 minutes left. It's above the trend line resistance and this previous support / resistance. So if you're a gambler, you would enter above that. I'm going to wait until it closes below or above, and I'll adjust my position. So we saw the break above the support and the trend line, a reconsolidation down to test the trend line as a new support, and now we're seeing bullish volume, hopefully will increase in the bullish continuation of this trend that we're seeing to the upside. So what I would do now is draw a slight trend and just see if we can get a channel going, what happens, just for reference more than anything. Okay, so I jump back into TVIX on the appearance of this candle, which was a result of a rejection of the support and a close underneath of this support. Ignore the baby in the background. He's very angry. He does not like a bearish play in SPY right now. So this was confirmed on the volume of this candle. Hold on one second. Everybody. So the volume here showed bearish pressure confirmed by this one, which is even more volume, almost double. A slight doji, another bear, another big bear volume candle, and spinning top into another bear candle. So we are clearly in a downtrend now, and make a little bit of money on our TVIX long. Showing my stop loss here, I've got it set to 488, which is just underneath the doji we see on TVIX, and like SPY. So we're seeing a little bit of a bounce here. The first Fib line from here to here is at 203.71, which is right about there. But we still have to get over this moving average, and we're coming up on a bull MACD cross. Well, we got a little ways to go. So we're comfortable all the way up to 203.71. TVIX is starting to slow down. Still have our stop loss in. 488. Should be alright. Overall, we're bearish on the day for SPY. If we go to the 1 day chart, you can see it's pretty red. So Dan's saying 485 is the key level for TVIX. So we're gonna play Dan's numbers, move our stop loss, risk some of our profit, but we're still gonna lock in a couple $100 on that. So let's see what Magic Dan has to do for us today. So we projected our Fib retrace first level to be 203.71. We ended up at 203.71. So that worked out well. we're comfortable holding to that point. Our TVIX ended up at 487, well within our expectations. So at this point, we should see a continuation of the downtrend over here. And we keep on going. So we're up almost 1200. Alright, so here is going to be our previous low of the day. So we're going to have a low of the day support on this, being tested right now. We could see another bounce, or we could see continuation. Looking back, not really anything else that jumps out at me, so we're just going to low of the day support. Alright, so we set a lower low. It's a good thing for bears. And big volume on that candle too. So it's important. So we bounced off of our first fib line into another drop. And what you can actually do is look for fib lines after fib line responses. So if we jump over to stock charts, I'm going to try something here. Yep. Hopefully that works. So here's our first fib line. We played to 203.79 or 73. We take another one from 203.73 to the bottom of that candle, and our fib line is 203.35, which we hit a second ago. So, as you can tell, this baby also hates that response. Okay, so looking at the 5 minutes here, 203.14, I'm up 3,000. If I look at the SPY 1-day charts, I can see that this level has been a support for 23rd and the 28th. I'm up $3,000. I really want to go for sushi. I don't want to leave TVIX unattended, so I'm going to lock in those profits and call it a very, very good day. Thank you all for watching and being a part of our awesome community. I hope that my several bad trades and my couple good ones help you out somehow today. And if you guys like this, I'll keep on doing these sort of videos. Bye.